Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Better Business Bureau here in Southwest Wisconsin is Tiffany Schultz. She may have just told me that, so now it's in my brain like, I'm going to say Southwest from here on out.
But we do cover the entire state.
No, just Southwest. You cover the Southwest, but you're everywhere.
Yes.
Not even just in Wisconsin. They're everywhere. We're happy to have you back in the studio, and today we're going to be talking about tips for hiring a tutor. We hired a tutor for the summer for one of our kids, and it's a great thing, but in one of your famous lines, you got to do your homework.
Do your homework.
Yeah.
Sometimes our kids just need a little bit of help throughout the summer months or maybe during the school year to really zone in on a subject that they're just not understanding, or maybe you're preparing for an assessment or whatever your need is, and you need somebody to help them out because, us as parents, we don't know the curriculum. We don't have the time to invest in that. So there's people who specialize in that and they love it. But you need to do your homework before you hire the tutor. First thing you need to do is really understand your needs for that tutor. Do you want somebody who's one-on-one? Do you want that person to come into your home? Or do you want that person to be part of a group where they tutor multiple kids at the same time? Lots of options there. But before you even think about looking at a tutoring center, you want to go to bbb.org and do your homework. Look to see who's BBB accredited, look at their ratings, look at their reviews. Do they have any complaints before you start calling those businesses for more information?
Yeah, I would say that you doing your homework here, and no pun intended, it's a good thing because there are a lot of different. We found this out. We didn't know there's different levels of tutors if they're even accredited, not even just with BBB, but accredited in certain learning aspects that the school district has. Had no clue that even existed. You're like, wait, what?
Right, and not every tutor specializes in every subject. So
Yeah.
if you need a reading tutor, you need to find somebody who does reading tutoring. If you need a math tutor, or if you need somebody to help your child prepare for an assessment or a big test, there's different tutors who specialize in those fields. So find the right type of tutor that you're looking for. You're going to have a much better experience than you would if you get a general tutor who could help with all subjects.
So first one, after you've checked the bbb.org and you're like, all right, well, now I want to find some references. Ask for referrals from people, right?
Friends and family are great referrals. You can also ask your school district. Start with your child's teacher. A lot of the teachers also do tutoring on the side. Your child is already comfortable with that person and they're familiar with your child's style of learning. Maybe it's not your child's teacher, but maybe it's a specialist within the school district, a reading specialist if you're looking to hire somebody for reading. If they can't help you, most likely, because they work in that field, they're going to have some great recommendations for you to pursue if they can't help you. So really good resources out there within your child's school.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it too, is they know the success stories of them most likely because they align, with the curriculum and whatnot. Checking the references and contacting, one thing to check them, but actually going through the process and getting that information also a plus.
That's super important. Don't just check them out on BBB. Just don't, take the word from your family or friend who referred you to this tutor. Get references from those tutors. If the tutor can't give you references, it might be a red flag that something is wrong. But once you get those references, just don't say to yourself, oh, I got references, and leave it alone. You want to pick up the phone and call those references. Ask them their experience with that tutor. And what was the outcome? How did they help the child? Did they meet the benchmark success rates? Did they maintain? Did they grow? What was the experience like for the child? It's really important that you're hiring somebody that you're comfortable with and that can help your child.
Would you say, too, doing a little interview with them? We talked about interviews earlier this month, so why not a little quick interview?
An interview is always great. Get to know the person a little bit more. Ask them some hard questions. Ask them.
I would be in trouble. Well, don't ask them any math or reading questions. Oh, my goodness.
Ask them their experience and, let them share some of their accomplishments with you and really get a read on this person because your child is going to be working with this person and you want them to be comfortable with them.
Yeah, it was fun. When we were talking with the person we learned a lot from that. We actually learned things from them, telling us why it was important and what was going on. So, just feel free to have that conversation on top of finding out from the references. Discuss the details. Now we're getting into the business aspect of this. You got to set these things up, and I'm sure probably getting it in writing might be not a bad thing, but break it down as far as we're ready to hire, now what?
You want to discuss payment up front. Don't be surprised. You want to know how much this is going to cost you, because it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be an investment for your child. How often is the tutor going to come? Are they going to be tutoring in your home? Are they going to be tutoring at your child's daycare center? Is this going to be group work with another family? So you really want to know those details up front to see if it works for your family and your child, and if the tutor is comfortable with the arrangement.
I like this too. Set some benchmarks for success and some goals.
What is the goal? Are you looking for your child to maintain? Are you looking for your child to grow? Is this a school year contract? Is this a summer contract? Lots of questions there, and ask the tutor. What do you expect the end result to be? Do you expect them to maintain? Sometimes summer is so short, and the goal
sometimes
sometimes maintenance is what the child needs. They can't fall backwards, but they're probably not going to grow in that short period of time. If you're looking at the school year, the 9-month time frame, and you have that tutor coming on a regular basis, most likely you're going to expect growth. And set that benchmark ahead of time, not after the fact or during the process when you find out that nothing really is happening.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point there. And back on a little bit, going back here on when you're finding somebody, include your child in the process. Wouldn't have even thought about that one.
It's so important that your child is comfortable with who they're working with. If it's their teacher and they have a great relationship with, maybe they know the person, they're probably going to be more successful than if they're not comfortable with the person. And if they're not comfortable with the person, you're not seeing results, it's okay to end the agreement and maybe look elsewhere to finish up the season.
Yeah, who says it's not, if it's not working for both parties, it's not working. Don't force it, right?
Right, no hard feelings, it's just not working, and we need to find somebody that's a better match for the child.
All right, great information again, Tiffany, if people want to learn more. We crossed, so I'm thinking of all the interviews we did. There's so many different paths here that we crossed, and at bbb.org, there's a lot of great information on asking these questions, setting these boundaries, finding the right person.
We have a lot of content on bbb.org, and we have even more content on our Back to School Hub, which can be found on bbb.org too. In addition to hiring a tutor, everything you need to know for back to school and more.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. Appreciate your time. We'll see you back here next month.
Thanks for having me.